Hey guys, if you are new, welcome. I upload every Tuesday and Friday. I'm still trying to figure out a time as to when I'm going to be regularly posting videos. Last week, I think the last 2 weeks I was doing 6 a.m. and so now I'm gonna try 3 p.m. and see how that works for the next 2 weeks. Nonetheless, you should still ring that bell, that way you are notified for my future videos. Today I am going to be doing a DIY dry shampoo. I really like the Batiste dry shampoo, but sometimes I run out sooner than expected, so I kind of want to see how this is going to work. So if you are interested in making your own DIY dry shampoo, then just keep watching. For this DIY dry shampoo, you are going to need cornstarch, baking soda, water, rubbing alcohol or organic ethanol, a small mixing bowl, a spray bottle, and a couple drops of essential oils. I chose to use eucalyptus oil, but you can use any scent that you like. If you have brown hair or black hair or just darker than blonde, you are going to also need cocoa powder and a capsule of activated charcoal. You are also going to need 1 tablespoon measuring spoon to measure out all these ingredients. In the bowl, you are first going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 4 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of rubbing alcohol. If you have brown hair, you're going to also add to the mixture a little bit of cocoa powder. I decided to use a half of a teaspoon, plus a small amount of the activated charcoal capsule. And basically, I just opened it up until a little bit fell out. Then you mix all those together and put that inside of the spray bottle. I suggest you pour the contents into the bottle over a sink, otherwise you are going to make a mess. Next, I added 10 drops of my essential oil. Like I said, you can use any essential oil you want, but I used 10 drops of eucalyptus oil because that's what I like. So now I'm just gonna give it a good shake, and I'm going to spray it into my hair. And I actually don't have makeup on because if this turns out to be a disaster, I am going to just jump in the shower and wash it all out. Let's hope this turns out looking all right. I don't expect it to take away all of the oil in my hair. I just want to see how well it's going to absorb the oil. That's why I have it a little more oilier. I literally waited for it to be oily enough so that I can really see a difference. You can kind of see the oils now. And you want to spray it into your roots and then let it sit. Here we go. I mean, it smells good. Okay, so hopefully now I won't ruin my couch. I've got a towel back there. It was kind of spraying all over the place. So I've got some in my hair right now. Back of my head. I would suggest a different bottle. Maybe not a spray bottle like this. Maybe more of ones that are kind of like this. This kind of went all over the place. So now I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple minutes before I work it into my head, and then I will be right back. Okay, so it's now dry, and I'm going to run my hands, well, it's not completely dry, I guess, but I've waited long enough. Rub my fingers through my hair to really get it to absorb the oils. Kind of feels gross, not gonna lie. Doesn't feel like my Batiste. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to completely dry, and I will be right back. Alright, so my hair is all dry now, and here are my thoughts. My hair feels so strained. I am definitely going to be showering. I just don't like the way my hair feels. It did absorb oils pretty well. I just don't know which product did that. I know that baking soda is supposed to absorb oils, so maybe that's the one that absorbed oil. And then the cornstarch is supposed to give you volume, but I also feel like it gives your hair this weird texture, and I'm just not a fan of that. It just makes me cringe. It's a weird like hairspray texture, but there's no hairspray in my hair, obviously. Since there was so much water in this recipe, I think it made my hair wet for too long. You know how dry shampoo, you just put it in and you don't have to blow dry your hair or anything and it's dry. Well, this, it made my hair wet, and so I actually had to dry it with a blow dryer. Otherwise I'd be sitting here forever because my hair takes forever to dry. So that really sucks. Maybe only do like 1 or 2 tablespoons of water instead of 4, and maybe do 2, like equal parts alcohol and water, or more alcohol than water, because obviously alcohol dries much faster than water. So I don't know, this is a recipe I would have to play around with. The one I used wasn't that great, although a lot of them said the same ratios. And if you don't have super thin hair, maybe just nix the cornstarch. Also, another thing I want to note, the cocoa powder obviously smells like chocolate, like a little hint of it. It smells like cocoa. Because I use eucalyptus, my hair kind of smells now like chocolatey eucalyptus. I wouldn't have a problem with that smell. I think I would just use a different essential oil. If I used peppermint instead of eucalyptus, I would be totally fine with this chocolatey peppermint smell, but the eucalyptus kind of takes it a different turn, and I'm not a fan of that smell. So maybe try just peppermint instead. Color-wise, I mean, there's no white cast in my hair as far as I can see. Maybe when I go back to editing, I could see more, but overall, it's not bad. Like if you're in a real pinch, it's not bad, but it's also not great. You would have to kind of play around based on your hair. I have really thick hair, so I honestly don't need the cornstarch for volume. I have plenty of that. And like I said, add more alcohol instead of more water. I think that would help with the dry time. Otherwise, I think it works out pretty well. My hair doesn't seem super greasy anymore. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and remember to ding that bell, that way you are notified for future videos. Bye guys!